The song Too Many Mornings from Follies is one of vanishingly few Broadway songs with a chorus that changes key by the interval of a tritone. Now, in the musical world of Follies, plenty of songs and numbers have key changes, but most choruses start and end in the same place, to say nothing of changing key by such an unusual interval. And before looking more at the story of this duet between two would-be lovers, I want to note a few things about the tritone. It gets its name from 3 whole steps. So if I go up from C, then I land on D, then E, and then F sharp. Now on its own, this interval can sound harsh, and for a key change, a tritone is radical. The notes of a C major chord don't show up anywhere in the F sharp major scale. So a tritone, for a variety of reasons, can feel far away. But what happens if I go up by another tritone? If I start on F sharp, aka G flat, then I'll go up to A flat, and then B flat, and then C. So 2 tritones add up to 1 octave, and we're essentially back where we started. So the tritone has this unusual quality. It can sound harsh and it evokes a sense of distance, but if we travel by tritone over and over again, we don't actually get very far. And in this story that continually alternates between love and loss, this musical interval that alternates between out and back can be a potent analog to the storytelling. The 2 characters in Too Many Mornings, Ben and Sally, each one married to the other's best friend, have not seen each other for 30 years. They're attending a reunion of the Weissman Follies, and nearly every character on stage, including Ben and Sally, is haunted by their younger self, played by a corresponding younger actor. Sally's younger self is part of this duet too, because Ben starts confessing his love to her rather than the Sally that's actually in front of him. Now, Ben's music starts in B flat major. Too many mornings, waking and pretending I reach for you. And Ben's phrase approaches E, a tritone away. Sally resting in my arms, with her head against my head. And this radical key change isn't obvious in performance. The path from B flat to E is remarkably smooth because Sondheim doesn't march up from one key to the next. But when Sally's present-day counterpart responds to Ben, her chorus starts in the orchestra as underscore, and she says, "If you don't kiss me, Ben, I think I'm going to die." Now she starts a step higher than Ben did. She starts in C, where Ben started in B flat, and she lands a tritone away from her starting key too. So she goes from C to F sharp, and she asks, "Was it ever real? Did I ever love you this much?" And then Ben answers a key higher in A flat. "It was always real, and I've always loved you this much." And then we have one more key change from A flat to B flat for the final chorus, where Ben and Sally are singing, "Too many mornings, wasted in pretending I reach for you." So how far have we traveled? Ben starts in B flat and goes up to E. Sally's chorus takes everything 1 step higher from C to F sharp. And Ben and Sally repeat the end of the chorus 1 more step up, and 1 final step takes us back to the beginning. So we've traveled an entire octave, but if we're counting steps, we've only gone up 3, a tritone, half of an octave. So Sondheim's music has complicated the story in a way that the words couldn't do on their own. We feel the satisfaction of returning to the way things were, but just like Ben singing to the younger version of Sally, or Sally believing that a single kiss is going to resolve 30 years of absence, we have the knowledge that it's an illusion. This video is part of Signature Theater's Sharing Sondheim series, where they are presenting all of the songs by Stephen Sondheim over the course of their 2022-23 season. So check out their page if you would like to see more Sondheim. This analysis was adapted from a book that was recently published called Here for the Hearing, Analyzing the Music of Musical Theater. That book is open access if you would like to read more.